Alright, welcome to my Omegarok gameplay and review. So this is the technically tier 100, even though there isn't 100 tiers, for the Season OG Battle Pass. So you can find him on pages 6 as well as 7. So he does have a ton of accessories, including 2 loading screens and an emote, and then of course some customization on the skin itself. So I'm going to be showing you all his colors for his lights, because if you weren't aware, he does come with some insanely awesome color customizations. And you're going to be surprised at what they also affect. So first of all, let's talk about who he's remixed with or fused with. The original Ragnarok is from Chapter 1 Season 5. He was a Tier 100 skin. And then the original Omega from Chapter 1 Season 4. So just in case you don't own either of these, I'll briefly show them. So Omega was an amazing skin. Unfortunately, not a lot of people made it to the very end of his stages. You can see he progressively gets bigger and badder until the final stage, which was stage 5, and then you unlocked all his colors. So he had red, and then he had green, and then purple, and orange. And of course, these would modify the other stages as well. Not bad. He gradually turned almost into Super Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But like I said, a lot of people were mad because if you didn't hit the certain level, you didn't get stage 5, and thus you didn't get any of the lights. Imagine getting right here. I mean, it's cool still, but barely any lights at all compared to this style. And of course, you couldn't change them from the default, so extremely disappointing. Now, Ragnarok, I feel like, I don't know, he was hit or miss. I wasn't really a fan of Ragnarok, especially his first few styles. You can see he turns into like a Viking type character, but he gradually gets more and more customization. And then his final stage is right here, no shoulder pad, or you could put the shoulder pad on. That's all that changes, that big bony pad right there. So combine those two skins and this is what you get. Omegarok. It says there can only be one true harbinger of fate. So you can see they went with Ragnarok's face and pretty much the armor or suit that Omega wore. So it's a nice blend between the two skins for sure. So that's his first style. His second style is the Harbinger Armor Omegarok. So this basically goes with their final forms for both characters. Again, we stick with Ragnarok's face, and again, we stick with the armor and the suit for Omega. Now, luckily, they included all the color schemes and they're free. In addition, they added a blue one. We didn't have the blue for Omega before. We just had red, green, purple, orange. So no more missing out on these. Once you unlock the skin, you get all the colors for free. Amazing. So let me show them to you in the locker here. This is the blue one. Here's the red. So you can see that it changes the eye color and then all the colors that you can see on the suit as well. It does not change the hair or the beard though. Here's green. That looks pretty sweet. Purple is very nice as well. And then my personal favorite is orange. This is where it's at. The suit and the color schemes look so much better. Amazing. So here's the blue one. And then we got red. So right under the chin looks phenomenal. Obviously the top of the horns glow as well. And much more on the suit. Here's the green. I can't wait to see some of these in-game. I've not tried any of these in-game yet. Only seen them via the locker here. And then my personal favorite, the fire orange. So here's this back bling called the Apocalypse Shroud. It says handed down from the ever vengeful ancients. Now Omega, if you remember, did not have a back bling when he came out. However, the female version of Omega, Oblivion, did. And this is what it looked like. It was called the Destabilizer. So Omega didn't have one, but Oblivion did. So that's where they drew inspiration from. You can see it has a little bit of lights on it, but you could not customize it. Eventually they added this gold style, but again, you can't change the color scheme at all. And then Ragnarok came with this, the Frozen Shroud. I'm not a big fan of capes, and it was kind of cool back in the day because there were very few capes, but in this day and age, it doesn't really hold up that well. So they merged these two together, and that gave us the Apocalypse Shroud. Now, it does look like you can change colors. Let's see. I haven't actually gone into this yet. You sure can. So the default is blue. Looks like the outsides of those protrusions there. And then the circle in the middle. And almost like that crustacean-like tail that extends down. A little bit of color in there as well. Here's the red. Same thing. We got a little bit of green. Purple. And there's the orange. So it looks like you do have to change this manually. It doesn't just change based on the colors of the skin. So I could put purple on and I'd have purple on the back bling, but unless you change that on the skin itself, you're not going to match up. All right, moving on to the pickaxe. It's called the Winter's Onslaught. the unrelenting end carved from glacial ice. So Omega's pickaxe, the original one, was one of my favorites. It's called Onslaught. Absolutely amazing. The only drawback to this is that you couldn't change the color scheme, which was really disappointing. I use this on my Maya skin because I love it. This is one of my favorite pickaxes in the game. And then Ragnarok had a pretty cool pickaxe as well. It was called Permafrost. Nicely animated. Oddly enough, it didn't have a splash effect though. So when you combine those two together, you can see how it kind of forms this, the Winter's Onslaught. Now, in addition, of course, they let you change the color schemes. Unlike the original Omega, like I said, this is going to be sweet. They all look so clean. I can't wait to see if the splashes and contrails change in game. We'll just have to wait and check it out. Now for a glider, we have the Frostburn. It says Awakened Anew. Now unfortunately, again, Omega did not come with a glider. However, the female version, Oblivion, did, Terminus, and it has one of the best contrails for a glider in the game. But I don't think they drew any inspiration from that. I couldn't see any, at least, in the new one. But this is what it looked like. And then the original Ragnarok was called Frostwing. And this was one of the cooler ones back in the day. Again, it doesn't really hold up that well, but it breathes some amazing ice right there. Definitely get some Game of Thrones vibes. So here's the new one, Frostburn. It's kind of like mechanical in nature. Again, though, I don't really see any resemblance to the Terminus glider over there. But if you wait long enough, it will breathe some kind of ice. Let's see. Right there. So it's a lot less bulky. A lot of people didn't like how big these gliders were. So in comparison, it does look shrunken quite a bit, although it's still fairly large. The best part, however, is once again, you can change the colors. So here's red. It changes a significant portion. And let's just see if the fire changes color as well. I'm hoping it will. It sure does. Look at that. Green looks amazing. That almost looks like a watermelon. I'll show you the fire in-game too. There's the purple and the orange. So lots of customization on everything. I love that they added this. We've got the Ragin' Rock Contrail. There's no way they let us customize this, do they? Holy smokes, they do. So Omega nor Ragnarok had a Contrail back in the day. But guess who does? This new one. So you can change the colors on these. I'm not exactly sure what those are. They look like little masks, but then, I don't know. What are those supposed to be? It says burn all the way down. I can't tell. And here's the orange one. That looks good. I like that. So great customization there. Now, we're moving on to the wrap. So it's called the Final Harbinger. And it doesn't say it's reactive, and it doesn't say you can change the color scheme. But wait until you see it in game. It's amazing. And then lastly, it does have one emote, the little longboat. Now, unfortunately, they don't let you change the colors on here. I was kind of hoping they would, because there is a lot of color scheme. I don't know why they couldn't have let us change the color to all the other ones. It would have been super easy. Instead, they made it traversal. So this one technically only goes with the blue, but it still looks pretty good. I didn't realize it was traversal either, so I gotta see how it works in game. Alright, so with all that out of the way, this is one of the better skins in the entire Battle Pass. I absolutely love it. Let's see what it looks like in game. Alright, so here we go. You can see the contrail. I mean, it does look nice. That's not my favorite contrail, just because, again, I don't know what those are supposed to be. I do like how it kind of wraps around at the top when you're just stationary and free-falling, but when you go down, obviously it pulls upwards. Okay, so let's take a look at the Frostburn. Okay, it still does take up a significant portion of your screen. Let's see if it breathes fire just by standing still or if you have to be moving. Okay, you don't even have to be moving. Let's go. Doesn't look like there's much of a contrail. You see the nice animation from the wings, though. Let's go backwards. And left. And here's right. Okay, that's not bad. Pretty sweet. So again, we're just working with the blue color scheme to start with. Okay, so the back bling is kind of creeping me out a little bit. I don't know if it's just glitched or if it's supposed to be doing that. You can see the little crustacean tail is lifted up, but it wasn't doing that a second ago. It was veering to the left and to the right, but it wasn't standing up like that. See, now it's laying back down. I don't know. Is it supposed to be doing that? I might have to check that out in game. So you can see the little wings, if you want to call them those. They kind of move a little bit as well. Looks like nothing happens when you sprint. Okay. Here's the wrap. So that looks pretty solid. It matches quite nicely to the colors that you can see when you aim down sights. And speaking of that, it's pretty clean. There's just a slight protrusion on the cape, but nothing to get that worked up about. Now for the pickaxe. Check this out and listen very carefully. So it's got a nice ignition sound. Listen again. So it doesn't ignite right away. Pretty cool. Oh, different sounds too. Sometimes it's high-pitched. Sometimes it's low. How about a contrail? Oh, that's beautiful contrail. Very evident. That's not bad at all. And of course, it's probably going to have a nice splash. Yeah. Very clean. Here's the emote, little longboat. Okay, that's actually pretty solid. You can hear the guys rowing as well. Awesome. And if we spin them around here, you can see all the lights on full display. Now let's take a look in the dark. Nice ignition. Nice color schemes. Nice contrail. A lot of nice colors on this. Beautiful splash. And again, you can see all the lights lighting up. This is a very solid skin, and the eyes glow as well. Here's the emote in the dark. Very cool, and this is just the first style. Now, last time I went to this changing booth in Creative, my game crashed, and I had a huge queue to get back. So let's hope it doesn't do that again. We're gonna go to the secondary style. Please don't crash. 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 Okay, well, we didn't crash, but we didn't change either. Well, that's not good. Darn it. Yeah, I clearly have it equipped here. Let's try again. I just won't move for a second. Nope. Okay, it's not going to work. Well, okay. What if we just change colors then? No! No! It crashed again! Alright, so I guess I'll just show you the colors on the secondary style, since that's the better one anyway, in my opinion. So we already saw the first style with these blue colors. Here's the secondary style. So it looks like the back bling does do that weird tail thing, and when you go forward, the wings kind of fold down. So that's an interesting back bling, to say the least. Pickaxe still looks great. Here's the aim down sights. It's a little more obtrusive on the left side, but it's not too bad. Luckily, they don't have that ginormous shoulder pad. Okay, take a look from the front here. You can see all the cool colors and the glow. So a lot more of the color scheme is displayed with this secondary style, that's for sure. All right, I've turned everything red. Now remember, you can't do that for the wrap, but you'll be surprised that it does it automatically. So you can see it shows blue right here, but I've got red selected for the color scheme. Let's hop into a match and I'll show you. So here's the awesome red contrail. Check that out. That looks amazing. Beautiful display. How about the frostburn in red? Look at that. Let's see the fire. Come on. There it is. That's awesome. Love these color changes. Nice red flame on the pickaxe. Beautiful contrail. Now look at this. The wrap has changed as well. Even though I didn't do anything to it, it matches whatever color you pick for the skin. How awesome is that? If only the emote did the same. You can see the color is still blue, despite me changing it to red on everything else. There's the splash. Beautiful. I love this skin. It is so sweet. Let's check out from the front. Looks really, really clean. So I think red is definitely better than blue. The only thing blue has going for it is that the little longboat matches it. So cool that the wrap changes. Let's move on to the next color. Here we go with green. This one looks surprisingly good as well. Very bright, almost like a neon green. How about with the glider? Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Breathing fire right off the rip too. Wow, yeah, check that out. Green looks surprisingly good. Very nice Contrail. Once again, the wrap has changed. Colors are looking sensational today. There's the nice splash too. Nothing happens when you hit a weak spot. And then from the front, you got all the nice display of green right there. Okay, so this is the one I'm most curious about. This is purple. Okay, so that's not bad either. Wow. It's almost like a very, very violet purple. At least with the Contrail here. That's not bad. I'm just impressed overall with these colors. Here we go. Yeah, so it's very light on the skin itself. Wrap looks good. You can clearly see the eyes and the horns there. Take a look from the front. It's not bad. Wow, look at that orange. So the very top of the orange is super, super dark and almost red. I love that. And then the bottom part is just super light, almost a yellow even. Let's see what the glider looks like. It's kind of a mixture between the two. It kind of goes from fire orange to almost yellow orange. Park it right here in the shade. Okay, the pickaxe looks good. It's got that darker orange. Same thing for the Contrail. Ooh, but the colors on the skin look more yellow, especially on the helmet. So the wrap looks good. That looks orange. I just wonder why the top part of the helmet is so light. Definitely got a yellow hue to it. Splash looks great though. So this was going to be my favorite one, but I think, despite my love for orange, the red has it beat. I think the red is the best looking one. That's not bad though. Let me get in a limb and see if this back bling does anything. I feel like it should, but it doesn't say it's reacting. Aha, here comes somebody. There's someone right there. It's a bush. Firing an RPG. Oh, I almost had him. I did get him. No, I didn't see any reactivity there. So I didn't notice anything on the lights or the back bling. Let's get this guy too and see. Nope, nothing there either. So it doesn't look like there's any reactivity. So there you go. That is the Omegarok skin and all his styles and colors. And I'm going to be quite blunt here. This is one of the best Battle Pass skins of all time. And let me tell you why. As someone who loves to put combos together, this fits everything. You can customize everything the same color. We may have had that once or twice before in the entire history of Fortnite. The Contrail, the glider, the pickaxe, the back bling, the skin, and the wrap. When has that ever happened before? If they included the color scheme on this emote, I think this would quite literally be the best skin in any Battle Pass ever. Now, of course, if you don't care about color schemes or combos, then it might not be as good as I'm saying it is, but after seeing everything in game, it's quite amazing. So definitely make sure you grind out the Battle Pass to get this. It shouldn't take you that long to reach the final tier, at least it's not 100, but you don't want to miss out on this. You'll never be able to get it again, obviously, since it's in the Battle Pass. A phenomenal skin with amazing color schemes. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is Tabor time.